Alright, and I'm back, and here's Soundwave still. Set him off to the side. He's important to this video, otherwise I wouldn't have had him there. But today we are going to take a second look at the Masterpiece Rumble and Frenzy. So here they are in their cassette modes. They do come with these pile drivers here. They also store the guns in here. This is one thing I do kind of... I'm a little irked at. Not because they did this, but because so many people give companies like Unique Toys so much shit for having add-ons and accessories that don't form in the combined mode, whereas these are Masterpiece figures and they do the same thing. You know, when they're in cassette mode, these things don't do anything unless you have a Masterpiece Soundwave, and then you can like plug this in, and it looks like a connector port. But I mean, there's two of them, and you can't do both at the same time, as far as I know. And it's just like, you know, why do people give, you know, some companies such a hard time and other companies not such a hard time? I don't mind it at all, personally. So here they are. They got their nice little cassette cases, and you just open these up, and that's the cassette. So they're used in cassette mode. The other side's more robot mode, just kind of folded up, but this side looks like a nice little cassette mode, and the same goes for Frenzy here. We'll just set these off to the side. They're not really useful after that point. But yeah, really nice little cassettes. I really like them. But yeah, let's go ahead and transform them, get them into robot mode, because there's really nothing else to see in cassette mode. You know, usually there's something that rolls or something. But to transform them, what you want to do is, first thing, you want to lift these arms up just a little bit, get them out of the way, and then you fold this down, extend out the leg, and just kind of accordions out, and you just want to straighten it out like that. Then it rotates forward, and you flip out the foot. Do the same thing over here. Accordions out, rotate forward, flip down the foot. You rotate the arms down, like so, and then just flip out the hand. And these are the Hasbro versions. I did not get the Masterpiece Soundwave, but I was able to pick these things up on eBay for a pretty good price. I mean, we're talking like about $20 a piece. Extend the waist, you can see just barely extends, but it does so much for the character, for the figure, having that little bit of it extend. They didn't have to do that, and I love that. Then you flip the head up, rotate it around, and there you have Rumble in robot mode. And I am a Rumble is blue, Frenzy's red. So just repeat the exact same things. You pull these arms up, fold the legs down, extend them down, fold that forward, extend the waist, fold the feet down, pull the arms out, flip out the hands, and flip up the head, rotate around, and there you have Frenzy. And these guys, I absolutely love these guys. If you guys don't have them, pick them up. I can't stress that enough. And I just want to grab a wind charger here. So here they are next to a Scout class figure. You see how they stack up there. They come up right about to where his grill is. So they're not Scout class. I'm gonna grab a Legends class. So this is the new generation's Legend Class Bumblebee, and they're still about a head shorter than B there. And I'm okay with that. The cassettes were supposed to be small. So these guys are, you know, in a good size scale. Now, I'm not sure if how well they fit with Masterpiece scale. I know they transform and they fit inside Masterpiece Soundwave or G1 Soundwave for that matter. I don't collect Masterpiece figures, so I think these guys, personally though, I think these guys would be a little too small, robot mode wise, to fit in a Masterpiece scale. That's me. You guys will, disagree or whatever. I think these guys fit perfect in classic scale. That's why I bought them, is for classic scale. Let me throw a couple more size scale comparisons. There they are next to the Seeker mold. So you see how they stack up there. They come up about his crotch. And real quick, here's Hercules. They come up about mid shin. I mean, they are tiny in comparison to other bots, but I still think they fit really well in the classic scale. And then posability. Then we'll show off the weapons. Head does rotate, and due to transformation, it does get a little up and down motion there. Shoulders, they've got a pin right here, so the shoulders can actually move up and down. They are also on ball joints. No rotation in the arm, but it does bend at the elbow. Hand can kind of go in and out, but that's more for transformation. Nothing at the waist. Hips are on ball joints, but there's also a swivel in there, so you can pop his leg out, I guess. So it does get a good range of motion there. Not the greatest, but it does work. The knee is on a swivel here, but there's another swivel in there, so he can bend pretty much any which way you need his leg to bend. It's a full bend there. And then foot is on a ball joint, so it gets a little bit of an ankle tilt, but does rotate all the way around, folds up. But yeah. And it's the same on both figures. That's why I'm doing them both at the same time. They're same transformation, same mold, same everything. And this is one of those cases where, this is a repaint that works. Had they repainted him like yellow and sold it as Sun cassette, I probably wouldn't like it. Okay, so, and then there comes the weapons. So we'll show off some of this for Frenzy, and then the other sets for Rumble there. So you just, these things just pull out from this little connector port, and then you open this little cavity there, and you can slide the guns out. And what you can do here is pop these back in, and then you take him, and this will, these two ports here and here, and this little slot there will slide into his back. And you can just have like a little booster pack if you wanted. Makes him incredibly back heavy, but it is an option to store it if you wish. I don't like that look even remotely, so I actually had those in storage. I actually had to go searching for them. But what you can do is take this little handle here and you flip it around, and you flip this one around as well. Now he's got little ports. The big ports are for the holes in the back, if you want to have them on the back. Personally, I like to have one on his back and then one in his hand, so he looks like he's ready to go fighting. Now for the other one, what I like to do, again, I take this piece off, and I just set that off to the side. Open that up, Slide out the gun. Do the same thing here. Slide it out. Close those back up. And then I take the big port here and I plug both of them into Rumble's back. Like so. And then what you do is you fold the hands back in. And you can either have them out like this or up like this. I prefer up like this because it just makes things work a little, well, down. Let's go down. And you just kind of, see, how does this fit in there? You just kind of got to find a good groove for it. Sometimes it fits in there just fine, other times it takes a little bit of finagling, and today seems to be a finagling day. I guess that works. There you go. Now you can extend the pile drivers down, and now you can be using his pile drivers. And just slides in there and just kind of give it a good push, and it kind of friction itself in there. It's not the sturdiest of friction joints, but it does work. And then I'd like to bend his legs a little bit to get it so that looks like he's ground pounding, and then I might kind of get into like a little bit more of a running pose. Yeah, I guess stand him straight up for now. Usually they work a little bit better for me. So here they are next to music label Soundwave. See how they stack up there. I think they scale perfectly for them. Now, originally I gave these guys both 9s out of 10s. And quite frankly, I have to disagree with myself from that. I honestly cannot sit here and say how they could have made these figures better. Yes, I can see, where certain things could have been done better, or I wish they had a waist swivel. I wish the pile drivers would lock in better, but given the limitations on the size, I think they did everything they possibly could do to these figures to make them awesome. So I'm actually going to up the scale from a 9 to a 10. I think these guys are 10 out of 10. They are phenomenal. I mean, they're the definition of a masterpiece cassette. They are absolutely amazing. If you have a masterpiece collection or classics collection, I highly recommend these guys. Especially if you can find them for the price I did. About $20 a pop. It sounds like expensive for such a little guy, but I mean, we were spending that for the mini bots that iGear was making the first go round, and these things are infinitely better quality than those. They're just absolutely, just hands down amazing. And I know you could pick up the knockoff versions of these, which most people are saying are almost as good. You can pick those up for, I think it's like $25 for 2, something like that. $25-$30 for 2 of them. So I don't know if you'd be down with that, but if you could find these guys, or if you can get your hands on the Masterpiece Soundwave, the Hasbro version, it's like $100. It was like $110 when it first came out, and it came with all of them. And I spent that much on these cassettes on their own. Because about $100 on these guys alone. So, yeah, there you go. Masterpiece, Rumble, and Frenzy. Some of the best, the best cassettes I have. Or I don't know. They're masterpiece cassettes. I don't know what else I can say. They're absolutely amazing. I highly recommend